Congratulations, you have finished college. Hopefully the first job has lined up. If it's not, good luck on all your interviews going forward. But now you're finished, and now you're realizing in your early or late 20s that our system has not taught you anything about finances. You know how to be an engineer, a teacher, a a insurance person like myself. You know how to do all these things. However, how to deal with your money? That's a whole different question. Here are 6 steps I've implemented in my life post-graduation to help me significantly get my finances in order, as well as prepare for a very, very free financial future. You probably thought your education was done when you finished college, right? Nope, the university is a very, very good teacher on how to do your certain discipline, but does not teach you anything about money. I took finance as a major in college, and I can't tell you a single thing about personal finance. It's not required. So the first thing you gotta do is get educated. Begin reading every single thing you can get your hands on in regards to finance. Listen to podcasts. Receive varying viewpoints from the people who talk only about stocks, about real estate, about just budgeting in general. You want all these perspectives because the more perspective you have, the more you can apply to actually your specific situation. Because my situation is very different than yours, most likely. So I can't give you very, very direct advice, nor will I ever give anybody direct advice. You got to figure it out on your own. That's just part of life. Post graduation, you realize learning is something that if you stop, you die. I believe your brain has atrophy if you don't continue learning stuff. Continue learning new things. In regards to this, buy books, buy books, buy books. Type in personal finance top books. Figure out a top 10 list, buy all 10 of them, and read all 10 of them. Don't make any excuses, and don't think that things are just going to be taken care of by your employer, or the government worse. Neither of those two care about your financial future. Only you can change it for the better. Next step would be awareness. Take a journal or piece of paper and write down every single expense you have for the month as it comes up. So if you buy fuel on the 15th, write down fuel, $80 on the 15th, whatever it may be. Writing it down physically is very important here. And then create a plan between needs and wants. Yes, I need to exercise. No, or yes, I want to have all the supplements and protein shakes. There's got to be a balance between the two. What do you actually need? What do you want? And if you break those down and eliminate all out of the frivolous wants, you're on the right track. And then next would be creating a plan for where each dollar goes. If you make $4,000 a month, let's make believe, make a plan where that full $4,000, every single dollar, has a mission. Because I've seen in my life specifically, and others around me, that when you don't have a mission or meaning in life, you begin to wander. And when we begin to wander, we begin to dislike existence. You want your money to be happy, in a sense. It doesn't have emotions, it's an inanimate object. However, you want your money to have meaning, money to have a reason to live and for it to go somewhere. Because when it wanders, it's not good. One of the 7 habits of highly effective people is keep the end in mind, or begin with the end in mind. So think about yourself. In 5 years, how do I want my lifestyle to be? And literally take some paper, pen and paper, and think about it. Sit in silence, turn your phone on, do not disturb, put it on the counter far away, and think about how do I want my lifestyle to change in the next 5 years? And write down the things you want to buy, collect, the relationships you want to have, the relationships you want to be in, the people around you, and most importantly, the person you want to become. Yes, finances are great. Yes, getting on a stable footing financially is very, very important for a young person. However, also getting in a stable base of who you are and who you desire to be. Have you been told you're a brute and you're not empathetic? Well, work on empathy. Have you been told that you don't think through decisions? Well, that criticism may save you a lot of pain in the future. as opposed to living impulsively. Living impulsively is great being in the moment at times. However, sitting down and thinking about what the future holds is also very important. And that's a gift we have as humans, being able to analyze ourselves and be self-aware on what and actually think about tomorrow, not just today. How do I want my lifestyle to look like? First question, and then next question would be, what do I need to do now to accomplish these goals? If you want to have, let's just make believe, $100,000 in your retirement account, what do you need to do over the next coming days, months, and years to accomplish that? It's pretty simple. If you want $100,000 in your retirement account, and we're talking about 5 years, then you got to put $20,000 a year, not including interest, let's just make it easy, $20,000 a year approximately, to get to the $100,000 mark. Simple. $20,000 divided by 12 months, do that, and now you know your monthly figure you got to put every single month, and then there you go. That amount of money has a place, has a meaning, and it can go into that and know why it's supposed to be there. It has a plan and a meaning of life. Prioritize your debt. You may have student loans. You most likely have student loans. About $1.5 trillion worth right now in the country, which is mind-boggling to me. Prioritize it. Ask yourself, how much money can I put towards debt without making me not eat? Without extremely putting a burden on your life, on your lifestyle. And if the answer is $400, great, do it. Don't think about it anymore. If you have extra money, put it towards the debt. You will thank yourself because let's make believe your interest rate is, let's say, 6%. Paying off that debt more quickly means you're receiving an immediate return of 6% on your money. It's pretty darn good. As opposed to buying something that depreciates in value or buying something that goes in your stomach and then goes out the other end. Food. Food's great, but it's not going to help you pay off debt. So prioritize it. How much more money can I put towards the debt that's above and beyond the minimum payment? Because if you make a minimum payment, you're going to pay off your debt very, very slowly. And then also prioritize emergency money, short-term cash. The thing is, you really should never have more than 1 year's worth of living expenses saved up because at that point, inflation is eating up your savings anyway, so it's worthless. However, I encourage between 2 and 6 months of living expenses. Add every single bill you have up, multiply it by 2, 4, or 6, and prioritize that. I would prioritize that almost before the debt because the debt is going to be there. It's going to be there a year from now. However, if you were to lose your job or something of that nature, you're in a pickle. So prioritize that. And you can do 2 months, 3 months less if you're living with your parents, if you don't have as many obligations. However, if you're on your own and are actually an adult, a real adult, then prioritize more towards the 4 to 6 month category. Because the last thing you want is to be worrying about how you're going to pay your rent next month, but you put a lot of money towards debt the last few months. It's not a good consolation. So again, prioritize the short-term cash. Once you settle in your new financial life, others around you and even you yourself may believe and begin to think that my life is boring. It's like the B word that people don't talk about. My life is boring now that I have stability. And that does not mean your life is boring. It means that you're able to live and not be stressed all the time. And for someone who's dealt with enough stress in my life, believe me, that is a very, very freeing fact. You're not boring. You are just simply thinking about the future and how you can continue to improve that future for yourself so you can be the best for others as well. And then as you're going through this process, instead of focusing on what you don't have and really coveting or striving towards that, which striving towards greatness is a good thing, however, I'm talking about physical stuff. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you do have. I have a roof above my head, water in my water bottle, food in my fridge, the ability to live a life where I can wear nice clothing and not have to sweat a lot, although I do sweat plenty. I am blessed in so many capacities, and I'd encourage you to focus on the things you do have and write them down. Write down 3 things that you do have that a lot of people in the world don't have. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to live in this beautiful nation behind me and in front of me. And just to be breathing it. You have another day to conquer the world, another day to conquer your world, another day to enjoy life and have some vitality. And that is an immense blessing. Don't take that lightly. That's a really big deal. Something I do my best to focus on often. Those are the 6 steps. What do you guys think? What more steps are there? Make sure to comment, like the video, and subscribe below. And I will see you guys with your boring life soon.